I do apologise. The mic was switched off, so so I too was on audio switched off. So apologies for that. Welcome to the session. Sorry for being slightly late. So myself, Kevin Little, will be presenting from Symtrax the impact of a digital transformation. So this session is going to be relatively brief, but first things first, just want to mention that you're all going to be on silent or mute, and then obviously any questions that you have, feel free to put them in the question box, or indeed the chat room as well. So what I'll do is I'll certainly get to that towards the end of the session, or indeed after the session, and we'll sort of engage and continue the discussion from there. So this session over the next 30 minutes is going to explore the impact of a digital transformation in 2017 and beyond. So what we hope to show from a Symtrax perspective is how we've helped others and how we can certainly help yourself as well. So this webinar is designed to kickstart even, a series of monthly webinars where we hope to prepare your business for Brexit from an output document management perspective. So the impact of a digital transformation. As we're all aware, the IT landscape has shifted considerably, and within the UK it's politically shifted as well considerably, as we all know. So at Symtrax we try to use this as an opportunity to find and discover value within business documents and data. Often we found businesses actually getting lost in making all things digital, and we like to explore the reason why that is. So we focus on making knowledge accessible through digitalization. And what we really mean by that we'll cover in this session. But importantly, how does this affect your business documents even? So without further ado, we'll jump into the presentation and have a quick run through of what we're going to cover today. So you're going to learn more about Symtrax and how we can help, and where we are currently, and then obviously transforming into the new digital economy and what that means from our perspective. And this will include a case study and an interactive demo, all being well. And then finally, plenty of time for a question and answer. So Symtrax, who are we? We're a global software solution vendor with a considerable amount of clients, and we've been around for 30+ years. And we've got offices dotted around the world with 70 staff. And as the slide suggests, we partner with all the four main mega vendors as well. So Symtrax ourselves, we have two key solutions, Compleo Suite and Star Query. And today we're going to focus on Compleo Suite, which aims to simplify, enrich, automate, and help share knowledge throughout the output document process. And for those interested, the Star Query gives your business more understanding and the ability to analyze data in real time through your spreadsheets. So what is the new digital economy? How does this transform and allow you to stay ahead using your documents and data as an asset? So to meet the demands of any business must value your assets by knowing more about them. So securing, so staying within the company, integrating this asset, this knowledge across the organization, and staying agile to remain innovative. And from our experience, we've noted that companies' critical success factors remain in 5 key areas, which is the business, process, people, technology, and data. And they all play a part in transforming your business into a digital business. And according to Digital IQ, which is a bit of research done by PwC. There's 3 key areas around transformation, around culture, the impact, and the trends. So from a cultural perspective, we clearly know we're in the digital decade. As an impact, we should surely focus on the human experience that matters most. And then also from a trend perspective, what disruptive technologies are out there, and the platforms as well. So from this research, Digital IQ have established that 82 of top performing companies pay attention to the human experience surrounding digital tech, making processes and technologies simple for people to use. And this basically paves the way to transforming business within the digital economy. So going digital, where does Symtrax fit in all this? So as the illustration suggests, we fit in the middle between your business document data and the actual digital economy. So one thing to note here actually at this point is everybody's talking about cloud and what cloud strategies are available. And we're aligned with all 3. So what are the 3? Public cloud, private cloud, and a hybrid cloud, which is a mix of both, which is becoming more and more popular. So the Compleo suite helps automate processes in your businesses so that you can leverage the business documents and data within the new digital economy, where knowledge is consumed as a valuable asset and is inbuilt within agile workflows. So now we're on to the key slide as far as I'm concerned. And I'm sure all of you can pick out some of the challenges that relate to you right now and challenges that will affect yourselves in the future. So as the slide suggests, we hope to solve problems, and these are the challenges we hope to solve. So as part of the demonstration, I'll certainly show a few key elements. But why is Compleo important within the core of a digital transformation? It's to do with these challenges and overcoming them when going digital. So such challenges include the application constraints, the market constraints, and the actual document challenges themselves. And within the UK, Brexit is clearly playing a huge part of this, and also into the global market as well. So from a Brexit perspective, we hope to, in the demonstration and beyond, hope to illustrate how we can help from a compliance and regulation. Clearly, sort of contracts will change. And then obviously taxes and import taxes almost, and global currencies will play a part, as well as sort of languages and typefaces. So going towards sort of the Chinese market and how the actual fonts can be produced within our own business documents. And then obviously document distribution. So those are key. So we hope to engage with businesses and ask the questions, what are these challenges and how do they relate to you and your business processes? So this allows us to move on to the case study, and we've handpicked a client of ours that sort of uses almost as many as we have available from a challenge perspective. And what I'll do is I'll quickly run through a bit about Nuva and who they are, what challenges they came against, and what bottlenecks they also experienced as well. So Nuva is a very large organization. It's a market leader in manufacturing doors. And it's obviously got a large staff base, and they're currently using SAP R3. So in this specific example, the speed of the integration was absolutely key. So they only had 3 months to integrate with a logistics partner, and they didn't want to sort of incur huge costs, and sort of the existing methods, which could have been quite limiting around ABAP development. But the three key areas which they approached us on, basically asking if we can tackle these three elements, and we're happy to work together, which are also the labels, the pick lists, and then obviously sharing stocking information, so stock codes. So what I'll do is I'll quickly show you sort of the map and how it all works, and as you can see, all these X's all over the place. And our task was to effectively redesign their shipping documents to match their processes. So this whole process from this position to a future position, which I'll show you, took 3 months. So let's look at the new improved processes, but first the before and afters, which may be of interest to yourselves. So in these labels, as the coloured area suggests, this was the new information. So you can see the old example on the left-hand side, and this is after sort of adding templates and after our labeling exercise. They're able to add logos, delivery notes, IDs, and stacking codes as well. Another example of the picking list, before on the left-hand side, and the after shot in the middle of the screen. So you can see lots of barcodes, and basically enriching the document to be used by both parties and improve the overall supply chain. So as a result of this 3-month work, which was still ongoing, and going to other areas, which I'll explain in a bit, basically the new process with Compleo looks like this with ticks, and obviously from the client's perspective, there's better labeling, enriched picking notes, which we showed, and then compliance information as well can be integrated. But one thing to note here is just below the logistics partner, their information fed back into Compleo to basically become an enhanced solution for both parties. And this also allowed newer firm sort of almost a solution-proof solution where this can be applied to other partners into the future. So as far as the business case is concerned, newer firm came to us with 3 important examples, but really what we delivered allowed their partners and themselves to work together closely. They obviously fulfilled this within a short space of time, and then from an SAP perspective, SAP integration perspective, it improved the use of the SAP data as well as the partner information, and then enhanced the overall supply chain. So in conclusion, going back to the 5 pillars of success, these 5 areas are absolutely critical with any sort of business case that you might work with in the future, and you can obviously relate to previous experiences. First of all, the business needs to own the project. So in this case, the management team, the partners were working closely together to work things through and go overcome any challenges. And clearly, from a process perspective, they had a new integration with their accounts, their stocks, and the warehouses. So from a people perspective, they also had project teams and operational teams, but obviously it allowed them to optimize the partners' staff and workforce. And then technologies, it incorporated the SAP, the Compleo, and the partner database as the model depicted. And then from a data perspective, obviously the SAP data and the partner data all secured as well. So Compleo allows the businesses to build a strong business case around going digital and transforming business documents. So what I'll do is I'll quickly jump into a demonstration, which will be quite brief and hopefully interactive as well, which will cover these 3 areas, so these 3 digital document challenges that can relate to Brexit. One being obviously the document distribution, sorry, the logos are muddled up here, and then the compliance, and then the languages as well. So what I'll do is I'll quickly out of here, go into the demonstration. So what I'll do is I will first show you the normal process and effectively show the before and after of an invoice that gets created by SAP. So as far as the background, we've also got the emails open, we've got what's called supervisor, which I'll get to, and a layout solution. So if I show this, that's working in the background, is the actual supervisor solution we have. And I'll get back to them in a short while, but this is more of an administration tool than anything else. So let's log into SAP. Just the SAP system. And what we'll do is login, and then go to the demonstrations, and also go to the SAP enrichment and distribution folder, and then go to this form, the dynamic invoicing. So this is to do with an invoice sent out by a flight company that we've made up. And what we'll do is we will execute this. And this will bring up effectively the print preview. And as you can see, it's quite raw. There's a lot of information there, but it's not as clean as you might want it. So what we'll do, all going well, is I'll print this. And if I open up the supervisor, you'll see it's being processed right here. And what's going to basically happen in the background is the supervisor has connected with the layout template, and the layout application is designed to enrich business documents and distribute the documents. And obviously, I'll show you in a later while how you can amend without programming these documents. So what we'll do is, all going well, this will then turn green, and what I'll show you is effectively a before and an after picture, after shot, snapshot even, of the two documents, of the two invoices. So what I'll do is I've got the emails up and ready, and you should also receive some emails with attachments, invoices in, I think it should be French, English, and German. So what I'll do is I'll go into an example. It's probably not the example I would like. I'll go into the English one just to make it slightly easier for myself. Unfortunately, not bilingual. So what we have here is we have a document, an invoice with what's slightly different, as we can see between the two documents, is as you can see, the before and after. So obviously the images changed, there's barcodes, there's printing references that aren't necessary there, there's logos, and also from this perspective there should be promotion. So in this case the promotion isn't coming up because they're not quite allocated enough air miles to get any good offers. And then there's an English or British specific contract that relates to UK law. So I'll quickly jump into another example. This obviously being French. And as you can see, the languages have changed. And the reason why it can pick up the languages is we've made a reference to the actual language. The same logos are coming up as well. But then right here, we've got a promotion specific to them, specific to this user. And obviously, as you can see, the contracts have theoretically changed as well. So you should hopefully receive this and compare this yourselves. You've got access to those attachments as well. So as I mentioned, the supervisor acts as almost the glue that holds this whole process together. And then what I'll do is I'll go into the layout. Now layout is effectively, as I mentioned, the enrichment element behind this. And this is the view, the output from SAP, as we've previously seen. And this is the amended after the template. So from our perspective, there's a bar how you can sort of format things. Across the top, there's a ribbon about how to add, amend, add barcodes, add text files. And what I'll do is I'll go into this run function. And what you can see at the top here is you can see conditions, where the location should be sent, and then processes and files. So just briefly, I'll show you what's involved. And clearly, all these can be dynamically changed. So as you can see here, the variable, the condition is to pick up the variable of the language, which is obviously key, to then distribute the report in the right language. And then from a process perspective, I'm sure what that was in relation to, but we'll come back to that. So in relation to the contract, this is, as you can see, a UK specific contract within the UK run mode. So we'll try this once more. Pick up the process, and then the process is clearly sending the emails out as a PDF. So what we'll certainly pick up here, just below in this example, if we can just scroll down slightly, you can see the variable as I've referenced already around the promotion, which is just here, which picks up the variable of the flight miles, and then clearly, as I've already shown, how to quickly change the terms and conditions to basically enrich the document, and how best to automate this through the template as you're seeing here, and then distribute it via email. So that's sort of the demonstration underway, and you've obviously asking, I'm sure, about a bit more about how this is actually done. So what I'll certainly do is, as I've mentioned already, we will go back to the presentation, and we've organised a schedule of future webinars. I'll send through the links to everybody who's attending the current webinar, and this will basically be over the coming months. There will be in October, I'm planning sort of week commencing the 23rd, to show you a rundown through how this demonstration was organised, and how to add the dynamic promotions and adjust the contracts. And then in November, so to talk more about shipping documents and sort of a compliance statement form for exporting and importing, which again, all these are relating to Brexit, and then sort of digital signatures from an HR perspective to deal with UK and EU workers, and obviously attaching the relevant documentation. And then what we started as well is, hopefully in the new year, between January and March of next year, depending on the interest, we encourage people to attend workshops. And as part of those workshops, we'll certainly explore options about how to digitally transform your organizations, as we've explained already. So in conclusion, Compleo Suite helps your business to quickly enrich, to automate, and to share business documents, and allows you to stay agile as the business document challenges keep coming from a Brexit perspective, and other requirements that might change and challenges that might change into the future. And really, this sort of maximizes your return from a business document perspective within the new digital economy. And importantly, this allows your digital transformation to stay sustainable, which is all too important at the moment. So right. So what we'll do is, we've finished the session, and what I'll do with the wonders of this session is, obviously, if there's any questions, feel free to ask at this point. What I'll do is I'll certainly run through any questions that have come during the session, but it seems to be quite a number of questions. There's a few detailed questions that I might need to come back to at a later stage, but feel free to ask me direct questions via my email, or indeed give me a call. I appreciate we might be running out of time here, but quite honestly, from our perspective, we try to allow organizations to focus on their business documents to transform the business, rather than just simply making everything digital. So I guess from our perspective, there doesn't seem to be a lot of basic questions that I can ask during the sessions, quite detailed. So I'll come back to you if you don't mind. So sort of what's next? So obviously feel free to download Compleo Suite from the website, the link shown below. And we're obviously looking forward to engaging together in the next webinar series, and obviously the workshops as well, should you be interested. But feel free to contact me and obviously explore options together. So it leaves me to say thank you for joining the session. Hope it's been useful and enlightening, and hope you have a good end to the morning and the day, and hope to be in touch again soon. So thanks ever so much.